Located in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm here today to talk to you and unveil our newest product, which is the new Arch LED beacon. Are you ready? Ta-da, ta-da! Okay, so this beacon is the brightest on the market right now. In fact, it's so bright, it's the only beacon that has passed and exceeded NFPA Upper Zone C in both blue and red. I'm not an expert on NFPA, so I have Mr. Pat Hester with us today. Let's give him a hand. Come on up. Hello, Pat. And
thank you.
Pat is an expert on NFPA lighting standards, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about it. So, Pat, why is it so important to have a beacon that covers this zone in both red and blue?
Well, the opportunity that we saw was trying to create a product that would enhance the rear of the truck to make sure that we met the 800,000 candela seconds per minute as required by the NFPA 1901 and 1906 standards. This beacon will do just that. Now, the 800,000 candela seconds represents the blocking mode operation. So the assumption is that you're stopped in traffic and people are driving up behind you and they need to get around you. So by enhancing and putting more energy to the rear of the truck, we're providing a safer window, a safer envelope of protection around that vehicle at the emergency scene. So this was very important to be able to do that with simply a pair of beacons.
Okay, thank you for that quick education. Pat, let's give him a hand. Thank you so much, Patrick. Okay, so just how bright is this new beacon? Let's turn it off for a second and take a look at the raw data. So what we have here is a side-by-side comparison that was made in our world-class photometric lab. And this is how the new Arch LED beacon stacks up against what the industry has to offer as of right now. So over here you see the candela output, and at the x-axis you see the viewing angles. Candela, for those guys who are not familiar with the term, is power that is emitted by a light source in a particular direction. And to give you a little bit of an idea how much light output that is, if we take the common candle, for example, that is roughly 1 candela. The Arch LED beacon's performance is the top line, while our performance, while the performance of our competitors is the bottom line. Two things you can take from this data. Number one, the Arch LED beacon is significantly brighter than all of our competition. Number two, the Arch LED beacon signal stays a lot more consistent as you move along the beacon, while our competitors' signal tends to drop drastically at certain angles. So you are not going to lose any single strength at any point. So what else makes this a world-class offering from Code 3? Let's take a look. How about 36 LEDs? 30 plus built-in flash patterns. It could be synchronized with other Code 3 lighting. Brush guard is available. Failure mode detection, and a 5-year standard Code 3 warranty on all of the LEDs. So let's turn this back on. The Arch LED beacon from Code 3, everybody. Woo! Okay. At this point of our demonstration, I would like to invite Mr. Steve Reinhardt, who is the Assistant Chief at the Maryland Heights, Missouri Fire Protection District. Come on up, Steve. Let's give him a hand. Hello, sir.
Hi, Allie. How you doing?
Hello. Steve is also the proud owner of the Chevy Tahoe behind you guys that's featured in our booth this year. So Steve, tell us a little bit about your department and how you became such an avid supporter of Code 3.
Okay, Maryland Heights Fire District is basically West St. Louis County. We're right on the west side. It's about a 24 square mile district, 2 engine houses, truck engine, 2 ambulances, and staff vehicles. So as far as interest of lights go, you know, almost every district or department out there's got a light geek in it. I happen to be the one for our department, have been for years. And you know, whenever we build trucks or whatever, I'm the one that spec them out, and been doing that for 25 years. So I go way back with Code 3 products.
Wow, okay. So obviously you've been in the industry for a long time.
I have.
Tell us the difference between halogen and strobe lights versus LED lighting and the advantages of the new technology.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you know, back when they came out with the old seal beam lights, you know, it's the first thing when they got away from the single bubbles and they made light bar, they had the seal beam lights. That no doubt was the thing to have. Then they came out with the rotators and the halogens and the halogen strobe combinations, you know, and stuff. And again, you know, that was the upgrade in the juice. I mean, that was the thing to have. But, you know, with the evolution of the LEDs, on top of, I mean, the obvious, the brightness of it, you know, the impact that you have, is, you know, if you look at one big important point, for instance, is the amount of power drain that you have. One of the engineers and I got together, and I used to have a MX7000 like that one down there, except I had strobes and rotators in it. And we added up all the power draw, and for that light bar alone, it was 45 amps to draw it.
Wow.
My car, with all the perimeter lights, everything running, the whole 9 yards, is 42 amps. So less amperage draw, less problem with the batteries, less pull on the alternators, plus the fact we're plugging computers and chargers and all this kind of stuff in. So, you know, you're only benefiting by dropping down that amperage draw through this new technology.
Steve, what are your thoughts on daytime versus nighttime light performance when you're out on an emergency call?
I mean, you know, if you look at nighttime, just about everything's bright. You know, a 2D cell flashlight in the middle of a field at midnight, you know, is bright. And so, you know, lighting products, you know, at night, everything looks pretty good. But what I measured is during the daytime, you know, you're driving down the road, hot summer afternoon in St. Louis, 3 pairs of sunglasses on just so you can see the road. And when you turn these lights on, you're seeing reflections off the overhead lights and off stoplights a half a block away. And what I look at is if you're getting that kind of impact during a bright sunny day, you know, nighttime, it's even that much better.
Okay. That being said, if you guys can turn around and take a look at the light bar that's on Steve's car over there, what we're looking at here, folks, is the RX 2700cc MC light bar. And if you notice the heads, they're changing color from red to amber and also blue to amber. Steve, tell us why this is so key to have at the rear of your light bar.
Sure. I mean, again, out in West St. Louis County, our district runs from basically Highway 270 and the 70 interchange south. And that stretch of Highway 270 is one of the busiest highways in the country for vehicle accidents. So we're up there quite a bit, 3-4 times a day, sometimes easily. And if you think about, you know, the red and white and the blue lights, I mean, I call those the UR lights. You know, everybody gets glued to those. They see them. I think it's neat. It's a big emergency. They all want to see that stuff. When you go to an amber light, it becomes a true directional arrow. And if you think about when you're going up the highway and you see a highway truck with the amber lights on, you really tend to go more the arrow that's pointing one way or the other. And so the ability to go from a response vehicle with the multicolor lights, the red, the blue, and white, if you want to put that in, and then go to a true directional type system, you know, it tends to guide people more off your scene, which is what we want to do up on the highway. So the ability to do that off of one light bar, again, instead of purchasing separate, you know, arrow sticks or directional devices, helps out.
Okay. Thank you very much, Steve. You are wonderful. Let's give him a hand. Thank you, Steve.
And I'll be around if anybody has any questions.
Perfect. So Steve is going to stick around if you guys have any questions. Thank you very much. Okay, so the Arch LED beacon is going to be displayed here at the Code 3 booth at stage number 2, which is right behind the Chevy Tahoe. So if you guys have your tour cards, you've just unwillingly completed stage number 2. And at the end of the demonstration, we're going to be donating $1 to the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation for every scan that we get. Who has a raffle ticket? Okay, so let's raffle the Quadrant LED mini bar. And the winner is number 679342. Woohoo! Congratulations! Okay, so you can come see me after the demonstration and we'll get you all set up. All right, so you guys, you can stick around, check out all the offerings from Code 3, and help us support this great charity as well. My name is Allie Peer from St. Louis, Missouri with Code 3. Thank you for your time.